Give me a ruffle.
I want a ruffle.
Does it sound good?
Oh yeah.
No, give me one.
God, this is so much fucking better than that.
Oh, that was a firm bite.
Cool.
Wow.
Just put this for like the 10 minutes after the.
I want to hear how they sound through your.
Dude, it'd probably blow your fucking brains out. Give it to him, John.
So JJ, how's your day been?
Oh, it's been really good. I've been. I don't have like a good way to describe what it sounds like. It's very like. It's very like.
Oh, a tiny one. Oh, fast.
Ooh, whoa.
Speed.
Slow down.
Don't get all over yourself. Hold on. Oh yeah. One bite.
All right, I'm gonna stop now.
Yeah, we're gonna start a like side ASMR channel for.
Where we just eat chips and laugh.
We just pass snacks around. The mic does such a good job of getting it.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Chip break over.
Actually, we should probably bathroom break as well if we need to.
I'm good.
I got PS.
I can keep the people entertained. What's up, chat? 6'7", am I right?
Goddamn. He's going the 6'7" route. You can't leave him alone for too long. I got it.
Before.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
I'm trying to think.
We've hit our ASMR quota.
Yeah. Trying to think of a good going into segue for this next one. We could talk about we got proposals. I got a good proposal story. And you've got a proposal story. Well, I guess sort of.
Oh, like about when we proposed?
Yeah, to each other.
How cute.
Oh,
Right now.
A bunch of cuties.
I would probably end up being kind of a lengthy one. It would lead into us talking about Japan, most likely. Mine.
Yeah. But that's also a big one too.
It is. There was a
That
lot
was that
there.
was our first international boys trip.
There's a lot there. So
Boys plus Jenny and Paula. But
so boys.
I could start because mine was something 20. Oh God,
2020.
2020.
Well,
Because
wait.
my wedding was 2021.
How long have you been married now?
Good question.
His wedding was 2021.
We'll cut to when I have the answer without
4
stuttering.
years.
4 years?
When was your wedding?
2021.
Four
October
years.
2021.
4 years.
What year is it?
It's 2025.
Into the year 3000.
John said it was October 2025. So like you say 4, that's pretty good odds. Shut up.
He's throwing me on a tangent.
October 2024, 2021.
2021.
We're almost through October 2025. So it's pretty good
it'll
odds
be-
if you say 4 years.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then tell me how.
First of all, for
you-
3 people, that was a crazy amount of time to do that math. Just gotta throw that out there.
It's a Sunday at 4 p.m. and my brain does not allot any power.
Well, so tell us about how you proposed to Nikki. We kind of have a gist. I know there was a pond.
There was a pond, but there was also lots of blood.
All right. That was my next guess.
If people know on the internet, have been on the internet, know about a little device known as the One Wheel. It's a electric skateboard, essentially, that runs with a single large tire in the middle, and the whole device kind of you stand on, and it like auto balances you a little bit. But if you lean forward, it goes. If you lean back, it backs up. It's pretty cool, except for when the smart system tries to slow you down by nudging you. And if you don't listen to the nudges and don't slow down, it will just turn off and proceed to throw you off of it.
That can't be a safety feature.
That
Not our problem. Not our problem.
That is.
He was off of the wheel.
That's insane.
That is the safety feature on the one wheel.
That's
At least as
crazy.
far as it used to be back in 2021 when I still had one.
Boys, he's not listening. Shut it down.
We can't be liable for this.
I love the one wheel. I've always wanted an electric skateboard of sorts, and the one wheel was just the one that I got at the time. And this was down in South Carolina when we were visiting some family. And I brought my little one wheel with me because we're in like the middle of nowhere, South Carolina. There's not much to do. So I was like, I'll just bring the one wheel so I can like ride around, cruise, like just hang out. And
What could go wrong?
I had already planned, because all the family's going to be there, I had already planned to do the proposal down there because we were like with all of our family and
So-
be nice and quiet.
How much of the family knew?
None of them.
Nobody
except for my siblings. I told my siblings so they could like help me prep stuff, but none of them knew.
Had you already asked for? I don't know if that's what.
Oh
something
yeah,
you did,
I
a
asked.
blessing
I
and
asked
stuff?
for the blessing from the parents and everything, so that was already done.
So they knew it could happen.
They knew it could happen, but I didn't give them an estimate. This
Okay.
was like probably like 4 to 5 months after I asked for a blessing.
Wow.
So I gave them a good amount of time.
Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were down there, we were hanging out, and on the day of, we had this plan. We were gonna go like roller skating with the family for a little bit, go grab lunch, and then go down to this like park/pond that's supposed to be really nice, and then walk around. And there's like a little pavilion there that's like super pretty, and I was gonna do the proposal there. So I was like, all right, sounds good. That weekend, it torrentially rained, like just fucking nonstop, like rain the whole weekend. And the day of, I was like, it's fine. We're still gonna like go do everything. Like the pavilion's still probably like decently dry. Like it's gonna be okay. We'll figure something out. So I then that morning, I think, proceeded to lose our car keys, and this was 3 or 4 hours a drive out from home, and we were planning on leaving the next morning. And I lost the car keys, didn't know where they were, and I was looking for them.
With everything happening, I don't see why you didn't like propose right then and there. I mean, this was ideal.
That was like step one to lead up to the rest of the disaster that is to happen. So I lose the car keys. I'm telling Nikki, like, don't worry, like, we'll find it. It's probably just like out here somewhere. I don't know. And we're looking around, and I'm like, I just need to take a breather because I'm like stressed out. I need to like, I'm like so jittery, like I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I jump on the one wheel and I start riding off. And I ride down.
Car keys still lost.
Car keys are still lost. And
I can't deal with this anymore.
I'm like so
Into the
stressed
wind
out.
I go.
And I ride out the driveway and down the road for a little bit.
And Dickie's just like, what the fuck?
I was like, don't worry, we'll find it. And I just rode off.
I'm running away. I'm wheeling away.
And I am riding on the one wheel and just sort of absent-minded and trying to like get all of my like thoughts in order. And I don't feel the nudging from the one wheel telling me, hey, you're going a little fast. And I'm still riding, and I'm still in my own head. And the board goes from being completely stable to suddenly the nose hits the ground, and I am flying off of the board at a smooth, like probably 20, 21 miles an hour. And I'm still like in my head, and I haven't even recognized that I'm falling yet. And right as I hit the ground, it's like palm, elbows, and then like my knees. I just barely managed to save my face. I think I got like a little scratch on my nose, and I go sliding. And after I hit the ground, I like roll and I land on my back, and I hear down the street a short ways some kid go, damn.
That was me. I was the kid.
And
Damn, that's tough, little bro.
I get up, and I've been in a lot of like crashes
That's not something I would brag
on like boards. Like I've ridden like skateboards and longboards a lot, and I've been in a lot of like pretty bad like crashes on those. And so I like hopped up and like I did a full assessment. I was like, all right, is anything broken? Like not really. Like I think I'm pretty much good. My wrist was like a little bit hurt. I could feel it. And then I look down and I see, because I was wearing a puffer jacket, and when it hit the ground, I cheese gratered it. So I am covered in the down from the jacket, which is now matted to my skin via the blood that is running out of my arm.
Yuck.
Didn't really give you the good padding.
And I am just like, okay, well that looks bad. I was up and I was moving. I was like, I'm not concussed. Like I'm still thinking kind of straight. In fact, maybe the adrenaline is like making me think a little straighter.
Yeah, it would definitely help with the pain of stuff at least
Yeah.
at the time.
So I was like, cool. My legs are still running. I flip the one wheel back over and I jump back on it and begin to ride back
As you
towards
do,
the house.
yeah.
And I roll back into the driveway, and all the family is like outside, like looking for the car keys. And I ride them like I had a little fall, and I look like I got hit by a semi. Like all the clothes I'm wearing is like torn, covered in dirt, and I am dripping blood profusely out of the arm. Grandma looks at me, and like she's this like 80, like 90-year-old woman, and her face just like goes white. She's like, what happened? So I explain, and they drag me inside, and they're like bandaging me up and like trying to get all the blood off. And I took lots of pictures. I actually have pictures. Maybe I'll show them later. But we bandaged me up. We proceed to then go to the roller skating rink, and I still go roller skating.
How is this the first?
Because that's 8 wheels, not one.
That's
so he's fine.
insane that they're like, that was great. Let's go here. Let's take the guy who's just dramatically fallen and damaged himself.
I profusely insisted that we still go because I was like, I'm fine. Like in fact, I've never been better because the adrenaline's still running.
Put me on more wheels. See what happens.
Go, I get on some roller skates. I'm having a time. It's great. They made me a makeshift like sling for my arm so I could like hold it. So we didn't want to go to the hospital. And then we finally make it to the pond and find that it's been closed for maintenance.
Nice.
And we're like, all right, well, what's the best next bet? And it's this like itty bitty little like park that is right next to this like neighborhood that was just in the area. So we're like, all right, we'll go there. We go there, we get pictures, blah, blah, blah. And we find a spot that's just nice enough that I'm like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to do the proposal here. I don't fucking care. We're just going to do it. And I get my siblings to take the camera, and we get all the family together. They're all gathered around. Me and Nikki are in the middle. And as my siblings or my brother's like taking the photos, he's like, ready, like say cheese. And I'm trying to get the ring box out of my pocket, but it's the same side as my fucked up arm. So I'm like desperately trying to reach for it with like 2 fingers like this. And you can see in the pictures my like mummy arm like trying to get in my pocket. And everyone's like standing there, and we're taking pictures for like a solid like 30 seconds as I'm fishing for this box. And I finally get it out. And I get on the knee and I pop the question, and it was easy peasy. And when I did pop the question, I didn't ask her like, will you be my wife or anything like that. I popped the box open, and the only thing that came to mind was, I'm sorry, these aren't the car keys. That's the question. That's what I told her when I opened up the box and she saw the ring. She was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "I'm so sorry, these aren't the car keys, but it's like pretty good, right? Like it's a ring. I think you wanted this. Like comparably, I think it still works.
Yeah,
You're the key to my heart, but it's not the car keys.
Yeah.
So." Yeah,
better than me. I would have been. Please.
Me with my like one like limp arm, like still covered in bandages, like barely, like blood is still dripping out of like my elbows, probably.
Oh my god.
And that night we got back, and the car keys were in the front yard, just like somewhere.
Waiting.
Oh, you found him?
Yeah, we did find them.
Good.
They like came out during like one of the torrential pours that happened. I guess I had dropped them or something in the yard, and we just couldn't find it that entire morning until it rained, and then they just showed up, and I was like, great.
Grass probably shrank because of the water falling on top of it.
Either that or
That's how plant works. Yeah.
God
that's
was
what I would
like,
think,
you've
yeah.
done enough. Here's your keys back. It was just a joke.
It was a day. It was a day. I'm surprised you still. I mean, you were probably mentally like,
I
get this
was
over with, dude.
locked in. I was so locked in. Like, I knew that morning, I was like, today is going to be the day.
Yeah.
And I was so like locked in for it that like no matter what happened, I was still in the mindset of like, I'm still gonna propose it. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. So I was like, I'm not gonna have another like better chance than this. Like with all the family here and like everybody, like it's gonna be at least another 6 months.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna waste it. I'm just gonna do it with my little like messed up like gangly arm. So
you definitely wanted to do it in front of everyone.
In front of as much of the family that we could like get there as possible.
Yeah.
So it was like her parents, my parents, my siblings, like some of her like very close like cousins that she's always been close with, both of her grandparents. Well, one of her grandparents because we left one of them back at the house. It was medical reasons.
She couldn't go roller skating.
Yeah. A couple other things. We didn't want her to freak out 'cause she was already so stressed about me and my fucking arm.
yeah.
And I think the proposal on top would have just had her just out for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah,
She wouldn't be
yeah.
able to handle the stress. So we're like, we're not going to tell grandma until later. But yeah, we did.
Well, so do you know if Nikki wanted a public or private proposal?
I
or-
think she wanted it to be with family. I think
Okay.
that was the important part. I
Yeah.
don't think she cared whether or not we did it in, like public. If I did it at like a Mets game or something.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
did it in like a
Yeah.
stadium. But yeah, she didn't really care. She just wanted it to happen around the people we cared about. So
I think when I like early on in my relationship with Jenny, we had kind of established that she didn't really want a public one. Like she didn't want like a lot of
Right.
attention, you know.
right,
A
which is
Mets
why we did
game,
ours
dude?
very private.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. So, well, yeah. I guess I'll tell mine this time now. So, I proposed to Jenny in Japan. You guys know you were there.
Yes.
And
I was taking the pictures.
yeah. So it was kind of similar to yours in that my first plan didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, you guys were in on it. You guys were part of the process. So I'm just reiterating a lot of what you already know. But there
It's
was
for
this,
the people that you could treat us like the people that don't know. So
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. So
The whole ooh and ah, like they might be doing.
So we went into Japan, and the whole point of me going to Japan was to propose to Jenny. That was what I wanted to do. But we had talked about going to Japan since like the beginning of our relationship. We're big weebs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we love the culture, we love anime, we love different.
I've seen both of your.
It was cherry blossom season.
It was it was like the ideal time to do it. I had planned to go during that time, do it in front of at the time when I was planning the trip, I was like, I'll just do it in front of some cherry blossom trees. It'll be great. But how it worked out is we were in cherry blossom season, but it was the end of cherry blossom season. And I was like, well, there's a specific park I know about. It's supposed to be super in bloom for cherry blossom season. It's a giant flower park. It'll be perfect. And then as it turned out, that day that we were planning on going, JJ had family that he needed to see, and that place was farther away than we had anticipated. I think it ended up being like 2 or 3 hours away.
It was
and
pretty far.
The logistics of getting there, doing the thing, getting back, getting JJ to his family, it just didn't make sense. So we were just looking up other flower gardens or parks or something, and we were like, everybody was in the room, and so me and JJ, I think, were just kind of like, trying to like panic about figuring out where it needed to go because we knew the connotation of what had to happen. And so we did find another, I think we found one park, and
We found another park that was like sort of near, like not exactly where it was to the other place, but it was like probably an hour or so closer.
Yeah. And we ended up we took a train, and then we took a bus. And I had prefaced this day to Jenny as like, hey, this will be our picture day for Japan, and like we can all dress up and get all whatever. So I'm wearing khakis and like a collared shirt and like tucked in. and it didn't match the conditions for what we were at in Japan. Like, it was pretty warm that day, and not only did we have to take the train and take the bus, we had to walk.
There was a lot of
I
walking.
got
A good
bit
amount
of walking.
after we got. So, and I have a backpack on because in Japan, especially as tourists, you're going to be carrying shit with you, right? You need like your chargers or we had a pocket Wi-Fi, like we needed a bunch of whatever, water, drinks, food, snacks. So, I'm sweating my ass off just in the train at first stop. And like, I think some of it is likely due to the fact that I knew what was supposed to happen that day. So I was obviously nervous. But yeah, it was hot. It wasn't like, there were a few days while we were there that were pretty temperate, but I think largely it was kind of warm while we were there. Not like super crazy, not like North Carolina, but like
it was like early. It was early summer.
Yeah,
type warm. Like
so there were some days
80s-ish.
that it was just like I should have worn shorts. So, and this was one of those days. So we were walking the bus stop. We didn't know exactly where we were going. We had an idea. JJ was navigating,
So
and it was a whole process too.
I honestly, like I mentioned before, I'm just not like good with directions. If I know where I'm going and I have a Google Maps, most of the time I can like 90% guarantee I'll get to that place. But there's that 10%.
I feel like 90% is low for Google Maps, like in tailored
For a
directions.
literal map.
There's like a good maybe
10% is a pretty high chance you're not getting where you're going.
maybe 9.99% chance that I completely botched the directions, get on the wrong thing. So we were heading to this one park that we had looked up before we left.
Yeah.
On the way there, we hopped on a bus. The bus that we got on, I looked down at my map and realized was going in the completely opposite direction of where we were supposed to be going.
Yep.
So I begin to panic, and before I know it, I'm looking up a new park in the direction that this bus is going, which I do find one that is relatively nice. And I managed to lead us to this park eventually.
Yeah.
Via the wrong bus route.
Well, the bus parked, and we had to walk.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a mile? Would you say it was a mile?
It was like a mile, yeah.
Not a mile.
We walked like past like a couple of like residence buildings.
It was an
and-
adorable fishing town, though.
It was.
a very
A lot of people
small,
were fishing.
like not super wealthy, but like there was this river that ran along the whole backside of the town, and a ton of people were just fishing on the embankment. It was
rich in nature.
There was a guy playing the trumpet or something in the
Yeah,
background.
that was in the
Just, like,
park,
pretty
yeah.
sick.
In the actual park, yeah. There was. It ended up being more than just the trumpet, right?
I think a few people like joined him, yeah.
Yeah, it ended up being the whole band, but.
I think the unfortunate part was that in the pictures that I saw of this park, it was very gorgeous. It was very nice. But when we got there, it was still nice. It just didn't have like the same essence that we were looking for.
It didn't have like foliage or
It didn't have
flowers
foliage.
or anything
It was
like
just
impressive.
green. It was
Yeah.
nice, verdant everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted, was for like a good scenery, scenic spot, and it just didn't really meet that.
Yeah, and I can't. I wish I could pull up a picture of my initial park plan because I think it was like Asukajaku Flower Park or something like that. I don't know if you'll be able to find it, but the first image is like so radiant and like there's so many different colors in this, like it's just a giant, almost like hill-like thing, and it has a bunch of different flowers across it. That might have been where we ended up going. That looks kind of like where we actually ended up going. So maybe it wasn't. You'd have to check the doc probably for what it was. But
Oh god, that old doc.
Ashikaga, that's probably it. No, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of.
That's definitely not where we were.
No, that one's not where we were. I was trying to figure it out. Anyways, we got to the park, and it was pretty evident, I think, when we got in, that there wasn't as much blooming foliage as we anticipated. And so we were walking down a path. There were some cherry blossoms in bloom, but like there were some trees. It was like loose individual trees on either side of a path. It wasn't like, it didn't structure itself well to anything. There was one area that I think JJ and I had identified prior to that had like a pavilion kind of thing, kind of similar to what you were describing when you were with Nikki. And an area around the pavilion had all these flowers growing. And it looked pretty good. There was definitely some that weren't in bloom, but and you walked up the steps to the top of the pavilion, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it here at this pavilion. absolutely, I'm sweating through my shirt. Like you can see, like it's not great, right? And so I get up to the top of the pavilion, and like everything at the top of the pavilion is just dead. Like the trees are dead, the flowers are dead.
There's just like a couple benches up there, and like
There were
nothing else.
benches. There was like a little, almost like a overhang pavilion kind of area. But I was just like, no, I'm not doing it here. And I think you were holding the ring for me prior to
This
it.
ring the whole trip. Oh my god, I had so much anxiety over this ring.
So before we even left for Japan, I gave John the ring, and I was just like, I don't want to risk Jenny finding out about it at all. So
I get to Japan a week earlier than Collin.
Yeah.
In a
And-
different city, so I'm like triple checking the entire trip that I have this ring in my bag still, like as I'm leaving places and like doing things. And the entire time, Colin's like trying to get ready to pose. I'm like ready to pass off the ring. I'm like, okay, when's he gonna make the signal? Like, oh, here you go.
And we did pass it off. I think that time was on an escalator or something as we were preparing to go. Maybe when we were leaving the train or going onto the bus or something. I can't recall exactly. So I had it in my pocket there, and I was just like, I was worried that it was obvious, like that you could see it in my pocket. So I always just kept my hands in my pockets, and I was trying to push it out so like they couldn't see the shape of it or anything. But all that made me do was sweat more because both my hands were in my pockets and it's hot outside. So, excuse me. I ended up not doing it. I called it off to like quietly to like JJ and John, because JJ's supposed to take pictures of it happening, and John was supposed to be the ring guy. So I give John the ring back subtly, sort of, and then I'm just like, I'll just have to wing it, you know. I'll just have to figure it out. And I ended up doing it a completely different day. That day was just like, it wasn't a disaster. I still enjoyed the day. It was just like not what was planned. And
I had checked in after that day where the proposal didn't happen.
yeah,
We had another day, and then the day after you proposed.
yeah,
And that day after, my parents checked in with me.
yeah.
And they were like, so did Collin pop the question? And I was like, no, he hasn't yet. Like, didn't really get out the date. And he was like, you're the best man. You have to make sure it happens. You have to prompt him. He's not going to do it. Like, how's he not going to do it? And my dad was like freaking out. And I'm like, he's going to do it. Calm down. Like, it's fine.
That sounds like your parents, so that's amazing. Yeah, that's great. So, yeah, there were some pictures there from the day, at least from the flower park. I saw, because one of them were wearing the red polo, I remember. But yeah, those are just like good pictures, anyways. So
Do you want me to show the picture?
you can. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, yeah, it's just a brief.
Look at how adorable they are.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. The day just, you can see it's just green, like you said. It's
It was just
green and
green.
stuff. There's no, you know, and I was pretty flower pilled at that point. I love that guy.
Flower. Sorry, Mason.
So we another, I don't remember what happened on that day between what our plans were, but I was pretty confident, I think, that day that it wasn't going to happen, but I still had you toted around because I was like,
Yeah.
whenever inspiration hits.
That
you
day
know?
between was awesome. We went to Cape Inamuragasaki,
Oh, that's when you guys split
and
off.
we saw Mount Fuji and everything there.
Yeah, you guys split off that day. That looked awesome.
Yeah.
That looked like a really cool experience. I think that was the day that Jenny and I kind of did our own thing.
Everybody was tired after walking around the day before.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So then the following day was when we went to Shibuya and we did Shibuya Sky, and that's ultimately where I ended up proposing. And if you don't know Shibuya Sky, it's like a ridiculously high tower. I think it was 80 something floors, but the comparison that I heard was when you're on the roof, which is where you go for Shibuya Sky, you were like, it was closer, you're closer to the planes than the planes are to the ground, but that doesn't make any sense. So-
I think you would be a little closer.
it was there was some other comparison. I was like, that's such a good comparison. But whenever I try to do it now, that's what
The
comes out.
planes are
It's
to
completely
space.
wrong.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh no, you're closer to the plane than than you are to the ground.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, that was. I mean, a couple flew over. It wasn't anything super crazy, but yeah, they were very close. And you were high. I mean, you were high up there. And so I got up there, and prior to the being let up onto the roof, they have this whole area where you have to like dump all your bags, dump all your loose things, you have to put them in lockers, and then you can go up. So I was like thinking like this could be the place, but I don't want to bring up the ring because again, this bulge in my pocket, that's my ring.
You got a rocket in your pocket?
Ring, the ring case. So I was like, I'm not going to do it for now. I'll just leave it here and I'll go up and check it out. And I went up and I was like, this will do. And we've walked around a little bit, and it was a really cool space. There was an area with like, I think it was just turf. I don't think it was real grass, but and then there was like a helipad and just really cool kind of large space where you could see so far. And that was one of the coolest things about Japan for me was when you were in Shibuya Sky or the Tokyo Tower. It was like just buildings for forever.
It's really it lets you really take in how big the city is.
Oh yeah,
it just keeps going.
Trying to just understand the scope of things is mind blowing. But anyways, I decided I was going to do it, and I went back to the lower level. I told Jenny I needed to use the bathroom or something. I said some bullshit excuse, and I think prior to going up here, I'd already got the ring from you because I only went in my locker. I don't think
we passed it off on the escalator. Like Jenny was looking forward, and you were like, I was getting out of the bag, like, oh, he wants it.
And then
you go to pass it right over the boundary, right off the Shibuya Sky.
So I get the ring box and I bring it out, and we're in Japan, and one of the top things you have to keep in mind in Japan is being respectful of their culture. It's very different from ours. They have different things that they want to do. So I wanted to be respectful about it. I didn't want to cause a big scene for them because Japanese people aren't very into that. So I went to one of the people, I guess you'd call them chaperones, or the people working there who were like guarding the door or whatever. And I was like, in very bad Japanese, trying to ask this guy, is it okay if I take this? And I showed him what it was, and he understood, and he grabbed another girl, who I guess was like the manager or something, and she said, you can take the ring, you can't take the box. So I didn't love that for being as high up as we were, lots of wind and stuff, but I was like, I can't not do it. And then somebody was just like, just take the box, dude. What are they going to do? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I put the box back, and I had just a loose ring in my pocket, and I went up there, and there was a corner of the rooftop where they do pictures. They do photos of people against the railing or a little bit in front of the railing, and you get the whole like backdrop of the city kind of thing. And we went as our whole friend group. We were like, let's all do this picture, and then let's do like a couple picture of me and Jenny afterwards. And then I was like, well, that's what I'll propose. So I did. We did the group picture, and I'm just nervous and sweating my ass off. And then everybody goes off the side, and Jenny and I do a couple just regular pictures, and then I do propose, and it's not at all in like the outfit that either of us were planning on wearing. Like, if
it still looked nice.
It looks fine.
It's nice.
Jenny's got a cute pink dress on, but she definitely has like her compression socks on because we've been walking so much. So like our legs are sore at this point. So she's got like knee-high compression socks on, and I'm just like in a generic khaki shorts, blue Nike t-shirt. Like, it's not like the most ideal how I would have wanted. Yeah, of course. But it's not, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it did. Yeah, it worked out. And I, like you, I was so focused on doing the thing, and you can see there that there's no box.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just me just holding it, and I'm gripping this thing. I'm like, please God, don't go anywhere.
Just imagine like some bird comes down, it's mine.
A crow would have taken it or
Seagull.
something. Yeah, so yeah, I do. And like you, I had not planned. Well, I don't know if you had planned. I don't want to say like you, but it seemed like you did a similar thing.
I definitely planned to launch myself off my one wheel and ruin my arm.
Well, I mean, like planning what you were going to say when you got down on one knee, right? So I got down on one knee, and I was just kind of like, I got to figure out what I need to say. I just said something like, do you want to, or would you do life together with me, or something like that. Just really short and simple. Not like you see in movies where you just like, people actually
like
profess their love to each other. No, I didn't do that. I was just like, do this with me.
It's good to go with what's natural.
Yeah.
If that's kind of what comes out in the moment, that I think that's like the best thing that they could ask for. I feel like it would be more like to try to make up something less than the summary of like what you're trying to like feel.
Yeah.
Then it's like. It can feel off.
It can feel fake to an extent. And I'm not a super mushy person. Like, I'm not super... I have had to work on it. I'm much more emotional now than I was in the past, but I used to not be a very emotional person. So I just kind of was how it was. But she was still really happy about it. And it was a good day. The rest of the day, I was just kind of like... this sense of relief because I had bought this ring in like December or something. Was
Oh,
it December?
man.
And I gave it to you like immediately. John
Yeah.
came with me. I said, "You're coming with me to the mall after work one day." And I told Jenny, I said, "Me and John are gonna go get Cheesecake Factory because people can like we always share a location. So like if the off chance that she just looks at my location, I can't be like I'm going to John's to hang out with him or something because I would just be at Crossroads, right?
Yeah.
So which is a mall. So yeah, I did. We got. I think it was just after work one day. I did. And
Yeah.
we went and we bought, and we did have Cheesecake Factory.
And we were trying to say like how else we could lie to Jenny about that, but it's just like I think it's totally believable that Colin and I would just get Cheesecake Factory someday. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. Like,
Me and my boy getting cheese.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, dude. Cheesecake Factory slaps, man. So yeah, and that's pretty much. And that was that our first. Well, as the group, we were only there for one full week with everyone there, and Jenny and I were there. I want to say almost a week, probably like 4 days by ourselves.
Yeah.
and then
we were
all
already
group.
there in Osaka for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the plan was to meet up back with you guys.
So yeah, and then that was probably 3 or 4 days. 4 days, I want to say, into all of us being there together, and then like 2 or 3 days later, you and Sam went home.
Yeah. So after the whole group had gotten there, we only had those 10 days because me and Sam had to head back because I was going to be back in Japan again later that year,
Yeah.
which I've already been. And I think that was the most Sam could take off. So, yeah. Great planning all around, honestly, I think.
Well, for the trip, not for the wedding or proposal. That ended up being a whole different thing. But I think that's the case for a lot of people's proposals. I don't really hear a lot of stories about, my
it
proposal
went
was
perfectly
exactly
fine, yeah.
what I wanted it to be. So
No.
yeah, it's always something. So I was able to wing it and then truly enjoy my time in Japan after that and not even worry about it. And I mean, every fleeting second, Jenny would just be.
Yeah, staring at the rock.
I'm sure Nikki did the same thing too. So yeah, it's just
She loves staring at it.
it's good.
Did she ever tell you, like, the type of ring she wanted?
No, I mean, not really. She wanted a ring.
Yeah.
She just wanted a ring. That was it. So I designed it. I didn't buy like a pre-made ring or anything. I know that she loves rose gold or like pink. She's a pink girly. So
Yeah.
rose gold is pretty close to that. And I know she has a lot of jewelry that was already rose gold. So I had the band made rose gold, and obviously with the plants and everything, she likes floral stuff. So I put like a floral design on the band on the side of it. It's like a little flower coming up. There was one ring I saw that I almost got. It was a collab with Beauty and the Beast, and it was like it had like the red rose woven into it and stuff. But
you're the beast in that situation.
rar. So I didn't end up doing that though, and then I went for initially when I first designed the ring, I actually had the diamond as an oval, I think. So it was like, an oval, and I had saved the design, and I had talked to the lady who I was working with, who was great the whole time, and was understanding of everything, helped me with every scenario that I had, every question that I asked, helped me get the price of the ring down a little bit, even by doing some custom stuff. So she was amazing, and I went back 2 months after, maybe a month or two after. I did the initial design, and I was like, that oval is disgusting. I was so against the oval at that point. And I changed it because I guess it looked better because the band, it started off kind of thinner. It's not like the thinnest band you can get, but it was thinner, and then it grew larger to fit the floral design.
Yeah.
So then I thought that a smaller regular diamond would look very good on that. So I got her just a regular circle shaped diamond and put it on there. And yeah, I think it turned out really good. And she said she loved it. So that was the big win there. But yeah, I didn't ever want to. I know some couples do, and you guys might have. I know some couples do the thing where you go to the jeweler and the girl
together?
is like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
I always wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah, I think it didn't make sense for me to, like, especially for her. I think she wanted it to be a surprise, but I did ask her, like, look through her Pinterest and asked her, like, what kind of ring like shape, what kind of design do you like or tend to lean towards? She was like, oh, something simple, something easy. And I looked at like her closet full of like frou-frou like dresses and like the most like blingy, shiny like handbags I've ever seen. I'm like, yeah, sure, simple.
So that was a lie.
Yeah, that was a lie. So
That's exactly what Jenny was.
when I went to look at rings, I was like, what's the blingiest thing you got? And then I went from there, and of course she loved it. So
Yeah. Well,
I think I made the right choice with that.
some bling never did us wrong. That's exactly.
I mean,
how
it
Jenny
depends.
is, too.
There's sometimes
Yeah.
a little too much bling, but
So
she does like she likes the shinies, the shiny ooh-ahs.
yeah, so that was with that one. That was a pretty good overall experience. We haven't had our wedding yet. Our wedding is supposed to be this next year, hopefully. Maybe we'll see. Financially, that's the real thing.
You gotta save up for it. Weddings are not cheap. They do not come cheap. You
Venues are
you
looking
can make them
so.
cheaper
Yeah.
if you do a lot of stuff on your own,
Yeah.
or at least help with people that will give you a better deal on it.
You're gonna save money on your wedding band.
That's, these
Yeah.
fools are determined that they're going to be my wedding band. I'm going to hire an
Yep.
actual wedding band, and then you guys are going to show up and kick them out. Like, steal
Why would
their
you hire one?
equipment.
We'll do it pro bono. It's fine.
Yeah. We're already there. You don't need a wedding band.
So none of them truly know how to play an instrument, right? So,
Wrong. I can
Yeah,
play the harmonica.
I can play the drums.
Yeah,
I can keyboard a little bit.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to believe, that's fine.
Well,
I feel like I have no choice in this.
no,
I don't have any actual opinion.
I'm gonna run it by Jenny next time I see her. Get the gears moving.
Well, if you guys are doing the wedding band thing, you guys aren't enjoying the wedding. That's my thing.
I think
don't think it is a
I think
big-
we're going to be enjoying.
I'm having a great time.
Nobody else
the
will be
wedding.
enjoying the wedding.
Give or take.
So-
I mean, well, I think if we can manage to get a couple practices in, we should be ready by like next
Couple practice
fall.
weddings.
How hard is like Dancing Queen to play? You know, like it can't be that hard.
No, it could be. It's a couple cool.
I've heard it's a little hard actually.
I'm a little.
How hard could Dancing Queen be? I've actually heard it's very difficult.
We can play. Jenny has brown eyes, right?
Oh, brown eye girl.
Brown eye girl.
Yeah, we could do that one. We've got a good. I think we can make a very easy going set list. We were gonna do the our version of the Cupid Shuffle,
Electric slide.
Electric Slide.
Because there's no reason to do that live, but we just should anyway.
Yeah,
Probably.
exactly.
Bump.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Connor's on the guitar like.
But we get to give like our own directions. We do,
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, crisscross. Now
And
do
then-
it 2 times.
To get everyone in to leave the venue finally, we're just like slide to the left, slide to the left, slide to the left, and they just all leave.
Slide towards the
I
exit.
feel like that's the weirdest wedding band I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
But
so.
damn, were they cheap.
Plenty more to garner podcast topics in the future. So
Maybe in a future episode we'll hear about John's proposal. Oh, episode. Let's make bets. Episode.
457.
I signed us up for 300 already. So
Yeah,
by
I signed
then,
up for 300. I want to say episode 182.
okay,
It's a good number.
182 is my bet
All
when
right.
we hear John's proposal story.
182 is multiple of 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
know.
What is that supposed to mean?
One,
No, I'm wrong. It's not.
2 divided by 9.
I'm wrong.
No, that would be 181, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
182 divided by 2 is 91.
Well, yeah. It's always going to be a 2.
91's a prime number, isn't it?
Anyways.
It's divisible by 7.
91 is?
No.
what does any of
182.
this have? What is the relevance of knowing what it's divisible by?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I just feel like it could be important. You never know. Maybe it's like, 7 gold rings.
Yeah.
That's what John gets for his proposal.
Yeah, that's that topic done, closed, over with.
Deleted. Get it off the spreadsheet. Well, now we're at a smooth 2 hours.
Are
So, yeah.
I was trying to rope John into something here, but I didn't know how to say. So tell us
I'm
about
just-
your brother's birthday.
I'm just
present.
brazenly single. That's all it is.
I couldn't
I have
really
nothing
find
to
a way.
contribute.
Now we segue into John's like Hinge profile.
Well, but now we're at 5:10, so yeah, that's probably about what we want to do, anyways. So I knew it was going to be long if we decided to talk about proposals, but
Yeah.
I also think if you can drop the full recording into the whatever Google, or whatever it'll do. I think what I was telling John downstairs is like, while one of us works on editing the episode, which hopefully there won't be too much editing for the actual episode.
Yeah.
The other two can be looking for shorts and snippets to pull and put on like TikTok and stuff. I think we got some good B-roll from just when we weren't doing the podcast. just like get some random clips of just John's or something, you know, like.
I like the ASMR portion.
The chip.
That'll be good.
Get a clip of just chip eating, and then at the end, just net negative. Hey.
I have a good amount of free time weekdays. I can easily like send me whatever software I need or whatever, and I can easily do it.
Do you have
DaVinci
result?
I think I do actually.
Okay. If you're not doing it on like an Apple computer, it's gonna like move like molasses.
I don't have an Apple computer.
But it will function. I got it to edit Mason and I stuff.
Yeah.
You think it's not going to work, and you just got to wait 10 minutes, and it'll get there. So I don't know why editing software works so smoothly on Apple products and so shittily on Windows products, but
It's just the processor tends to be sometimes I don't know. I think it's
Apple products are kind of made for it though, whereas Windows is more like spreadsheets and
yeah, don't like it.
CAD and shit. I don't know.
you'd think if something could run CAD that it would be able to run on editing software. I feel like it's similar.
This is good. So we have 2 episodes now. We won't be able to podcast for like 3 weeks because JJ
We need to do our
is so
outro.
busy.
They get to disappear.
And then we'll be back and we'll have more episodes.
Yeah.
We have to do the outro for this one, JJ.
All right.
No posting the spreadsheet up there. I'm not going to do that. This
I like
time.
posting the spreadsheet. It makes it easy.
The laziest thing to do would be use the exact same outro twice.
What we should do is we should just make an exit card on YouTube that posts all of where you can find us on socials, like our usernames or whatever, and then we're talking over the actual title card at the end of the episode.
Wait, hold on. I can merge these cells
Oh my god.
and make it really big.
He's,
Negative-
he's figuring out spreadsheets.
I can Comic Sans it. I can put it in the.
Put it in Wingdings.
Put it in.
It'd be easy to just make a title card on YouTube. I probably will do that if we could just say.
Whoa. And then I go here and I show it.
It's right in front of our faces.
So bad, dude. Well, if for some ungodly reason you do want to check us out on other platforms, you can do it on the spreadsheet's designated username across all platforms. It's going to be Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube here on YouTube. I guess, Spotify,
Apple Music.
Podcast,
Apple Music.
not Apple Music, Apple
Not-
Podcasts,
Oh, it's
Apple
a different thing.
Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Anyone you guys want to shout out before we sign off?
Shout out to Uncle Mike for being a real G all the time, nonstop.
Sylvester the Cat from Looney Tunes. That's my shout out for the day.
Shout out to the Apple Jacks for marrying John, being part of that.
Shout out to Merv the cat.
Merv.
Ooh,
Merv.
Bagagua.
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 All right. Well, I think we only each get one shout out. So
JJ had like 3.
He actually said 2, so we're gonna no. That's it. No more.
You got to take
Because
one
I'm
back.
special,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
did all the work to set
That's
the,
true.
set the table.
He got an extra shout out from setting the table up. so.
Yay!
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
All right. Adios.